Looking ahead, nearly 20 million people face the threat of severe weather today in the middle of the country, just a day after a round of storms ripped across the region. NBC's Shaquille Brewster is in Chicago with more on that. Shaq, good morning.
Good morning. And this summer of severe weather is just marching on. Overnight, another round of storms in the Chicago area, part of a system that's led to flooding and concern at events, outdoor events like the one behind me. And look, it's not just here in Chicago, but you look at Iowa, there at the Iowa Speedway, an apparent tornado touching down, warning sirens blaring at a practice for an IndyCar race was delayed, all part of a system that has closed off roads, flooded homes, and turned residential streets into small rivers. In Davenport, we saw a video of that Porta-John floating down the street. Just look at that video. Imagine just waking up to that. And severe weather causing damage in Bluegrass, Iowa, where a motorhome flipped in a driveway, winds bringing down multiple trees, even knocking out power to tens of thousands across the state. The weather is also causing real travel trouble as well across the country. More than 9,000 flight delays yesterday, some 600 flights canceled. Already this morning, we're seeing about a few hundred delays when you look at airports. And back here in Chicago, just look at this stunning image from early Friday morning. A bolt of lightning hitting both the Willis Tower, if you call it the Sears Tower, you can reference it as that as well, and the Hancock Tower at the same time. That was early Friday morning. And I'll just say, if it sounds like we're talking about the severe weather more than normal, well, it's because we are. This week, from Texas to Illinois, from North Carolina to New Mexico, we've seen 4 so-called 1-in-1,000-year rainfall events in less than a week. Guys?
All right. Wow, Shaq, an extraordinary image there. Thank you so much.
That picture was crazy. I've
Unreal.
never seen that in my hometown.
At
like
the
2
same
tent
time?
poles. Exactly. All right, let's bring in Angie now with the possibility of even more flooding in Texas.
More flooding in Texas, and that severe weather is going to march on as that system continues its way working east, guys. Here's what we've got this morning. Let's start with the severe threat. 18 million people across parts of the Great Lakes stretching down to the Ohio Valley. If you live in Detroit, Fort Wayne, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, those are all locations where you could likely see some of those strong wind gusts, potentially some hail and isolated tornadoes. Meanwhile, across parts of the South, we're going to ramp up that chance for heavy rain again, and we're already waking up to some of these stormy conditions this morning in parts of the panhandle of Oklahoma, Texas, stretching up into Kansas and out towards Arkansas as well as Missouri. Here's where we have the flood watches right now. Notice there are a couple of places like Oklahoma City down to San Angelo, Midland, Carlsbad, all included in these flood alerts, and this is going to last as we ramp up some of that heavy rain later today, so we will wait to see some of those more showers and thunderstorms with a whole lot of moisture embedded in them popping up across parts of New Mexico and Texas. Where you see the blue is where we have that greater chance for flooding. So the already saturated soils, of course, from that recent heavy rainfall. On top of that, more additional rainfall tomorrow, so we'll be watching for the flooding concerns over the next couple of days still across that region.
All right,
Guys.
Angie, see you back in a little bit.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.